You know, in my language, there's a saying that "Ngwana sa utlwing, utlwa ka letlalo." Loosely translated to a child who doesn't listen will feel through their skin, or they will listen through their skin. And that is you guys. That is you guys. Because did I not warn you about Jehovah's Witness men? Did I not sit here and make a video and tell you guys that Jehovah's Witness men are dangerous? Did I not? Did I not? I feel like you guys don't take me seriously. I think you guys do not take me seriously. And today I have to sit here, make a video, and explain to you guys again the dangers of being with Jehovah's Witness men. Just to give a disclaimer here, when I say all Jehovah's Witness men are bad, this is clearly a blanket statement and it doesn't specifically mean every single man within that community is bad, but a good chunk of them are not the best of people. The same also goes for men who have left the religion. So they're no longer Jehovah's Witnesses, but they used to be part of the religion. They can be bad, especially if they have issues that have not been addressed, they have not done the self-work, they have not sought out professional help like therapy to address the issues that they experienced within the religion and the traumas that came with it. Those men as well are very, very dangerous, i.e. Izzy from Love is Blind. So for those that do not know, Love is Blind is a reality show on Netflix where people get the opportunity to date, but it's not your average dating reality show. This time around, you don't get to see the person that you're actually dating. The dating takes place in these rooms called pods where you don't get to see the other person, but you talk about anything, you get to know each other, and at the end of 2 weeks, I think, you then decide who you actually want to propose to because you're dating multiple people. Then after those 2 weeks you propose, then you go to like Mexico where you actually now get to physically spend time together. After that you then go to live together, and then after living together and meeting each other's families and friends, you then have your wedding, and at your wedding you actually decide, do you want to go through with the wedding or do you want to just end the relationship. The show is very, very messy. If you love drama, if you love toxicity, this is definitely the show for you. It's crazy. It's really, really crazy. Lydia, girl, come on. Girl, I'm so disappointed because she's so stunning, she's so beautiful, so much going for her. She's so smart, like she's a geologist, and the stuff that was said that she did, crazy. Then there was Taylor. Was it Taylor? No, PJ, I think. That guy for me just gives me Trump supporter vibes. I don't care what anyone says, he's a Trump supporter. I wouldn't be shocked to find out he was part of January 6th, because he just wore American flag colors. He always carried an American flag and then tried to make a woman feel bad for wearing makeup. Like, what a douchebag. You're such a douchebag, yet you look like you, and you have the audacity to tell people not to put on makeup. Oh, shut up. Oh, then there was Uche, there was Aaliyah. Oh, I loved how Aaliyah handled the Uche situation. I even just wish at the end that she didn't even tell him she was willing to like get back together with him, but you know what, she left the door open. He rejected her. No, actually the editing made it out to look like he rejected her. I heard apparently they might still be together, I'm not sure. I didn't really follow up much on their relationship, but I just loved how Aaliyah carried herself. Uche for me is I don't know. I don't know about Uche, you know, I don't know. He's very much a lawyer, definitely a lawyer. And even the way he speaks, even the way he confronted Aaliyah about the whole cheating situation, it gave lawyer vibes. It really gave lawyer vibes. And what even disappointed me more is that you are sitting on this big fat secret of yours with Lydia, yet you are going off on someone about something that happened 2 years ago, where she explained why it happened. Doesn't make it right, but she owned up to it, yet you didn't own up to your situation. Yeah. Then let me see, Stacy and Izzy. Stacy, I feel like doesn't really want a guy like Izzy. I feel like she wants a guy who's moneyed and who can just like give her the life that she wants. Her father really emphasized that, but at the same time I feel like she's like a mean girl, quite nasty, and the way she spoke to Johnny just affirmed to me that yeah, you deserve a guy like Izzy. Actually, you really deserve a guy like that, because why did you have to go off on Johnny, you know? Whether you agree with what happened or not, I don't feel like it was her place. Same way as Uche and Lydia, like when Uche and Lydia were like having their back and forth. Is it Mason? Not Mason. I forgot the guy's name, but he like took a step back. He let the two people have their own conversation and just talk about the emotions and stuff like that. It's none of your business. You were not there. You were not there. So I do feel like Stacey deserves Izzy. I feel like the producers just milked whatever content they could from this season, but it kind of flopped. I feel like we're just over the show, and we're definitely over Nicholas, Shay, and Vanessa. We're definitely just watching because, you know, it's out of habit. The first season was quite fire. It was a very different concept. We had never really seen a reality show like that. And for them to just also air out people's business like that, it's entertaining, I cannot lie. Like, again, if you love toxicity, if you love drama, if you love reality shows, this show definitely is for you. And I also feel like it's actually a very important show for people who are single and, you know, looking to date, or even if you're just in a relationship. It's a very important show because it teaches you to see how people who lack self-awareness, people who are toxic, people who gaslight, you know, just all of these bad stuff that happen in relationships. I feel like this show really puts them on display, and you get to really physically see how they actually look like, or how they could manifest in a relationship. So it's quite good, I feel like, to learn about dating. I'm kind of over the show, but we watch it because we are here for the drama. And this year, surprisingly, there was a Jehovah's Witness or an ex-Jehovah's Witness member, so I had to watch it. So, introduce Izzy. When I first saw Izzy, I was like, yeah, no, this guy's a fuckboy. He's definitely a fuckboy. He's quite attractive, good looking. All of the girls were vibing with him, connecting with him. I initially thought it's his personality. But then when I saw how upset women were after like he ended things with them, I could see that, okay, no, these women genuinely had like a strong connection with him. And I kind of found it a bit, why do these women feel so strongly about you? You know, for me, that really did give like fuckboy energy. So he mentioned in the show that he used to be a Jehovah's Witness, and he touched a bit on his childhood. And he mentioned how his stepfather went at him. I think he accepted Easter eggs from a neighbor when they were doing like an Easter egg hunt, and his stepfather was not happy about it. And he didn't know it was his stepfather. He was so upset, he went to his cousin's place and he confided in his cousin about the situation. And then his cousin told him, you do know that's not your father. It was quite shocking to hear that. But as someone who used to be a Jehovah's Witness, for me, that wasn't quite shocking, because the Jehovah's Witness are like a tight-knit community. They're very close. I could equate it to the Amish community. And if you don't really know much about the Amish community, I would definitely recommend you watch a show on TLC. I don't know if it's still running, but it was on TLC, and it explained how Amish people leave the cult. So well, not the cult, but it is a cult. But how the Amish people leave their religion. They almost go through the same process of being shunned like Jehovah's Witnesses. So that is the equivalent, or the best community I can equate to the Jehovah's Witnesses, that I feel like can explain to you just what really happens in that community, because it's very, very close. So crazy things like raising a child and not even letting them know who their real parent is quite common. I remember in our congregation there was a lady who randomly got pregnant. Then she was single, so then the elders approached her, or she approached the elders, I don't really know. And then she explained who like impregnated her, and then that person denied it, and then she got shunned. That person, no repercussions at all. Please tell me why that kid came out looking like his daddy. He finally accepted that, okay, this is my child. Still, nothing happened to that man. He didn't get this fellowship. None of that happened. He didn't get removed from the religion. Like, he never suffered the consequences. So that's the type of community the Jehovah's Witnesses are, like a community of secrecy, a community where it's hush hush. That's why they're able to get away with a lot of abuse, because members are constantly encouraged to not involve the authorities and to not tell on each other to the authorities. Izzy comes from that community. I come from that community. So I feel like that's why I can speak more to him than the average person on the internet, because that is the caliber of Jehovah's Witness men. The fuckboy energy, the not respecting of women, the pitting of women against each other. What's that TLC song? I don't want no. What's that word? That's that song. I don't want no scrub. The religion births a lot of scrubby men because it doesn't really encourage for people to pursue careers. To me, Izzy is very much a douchebag. He is a douchebag. The way he treated Johnny, a woman he rejected, and now that he saw how happy she seemingly is, was just a reminder again of just the caliber of Jehovah's Witness men, because the religion really ingratiates into its members how women can't think for themselves, how women are like the weaker vessels, and how women will basically get you into trouble, like Eve got Adam into trouble by eating the fruit. So there's a lot of disrespect for women, and it really comes out in Izzy and how you see him communicate with Johnny, and how he also uses his current partner Stacy basically to fight his battles and corroborate his feelings, his emotions. So for me, I'm already seeing a lot of manipulation there as well. And it's quite common in the Jehovah's Witness community. Manipulation is rampant. That's how the organization basically continues to exist, through manipulating its members to stay inside and manipulating them to not seek answers about the religion or information about the religion outside of the religion. They do doctor their own information. So members really don't really get a good understanding of the cult that they're actually in until they've left. So, or maybe towards the end of leaving the organization is where they actually start to wake up and see like, so it's ingrained in you as a man actually to be quite manipulative when you are a Jehovah's Witness. So I'm seeing a lot of Jehovah's Witness tactics that Izzy still uses, and I was just like, this man, you are good looking for nothing. For nothing. I don't know how long he actually was in the religion. I tried to look up and find out, but no matter how long you are part of the Jehovah's Witness organization, especially as a man, you do need to go and seek some help or talk to someone once you left the organization, because there's a lot of stuff that we were taught growing up that actually aren't okay. And even if you leave right after high school, for example, like when you're 18, it's still too late essentially, and there's still a lot of things that you need to unlearn, because from a very very young age we are taught that women can't say no to sex, women can be very conniving, and men are the head of the household, so anything he says goes. Even if it's abusive, even if it's dangerous, you need to listen to your husband, and there's no such thing as rape within marriage. You know, like a lot of just toxicity in that religion, and I feel like Izzy has not unlearned a lot of those things. So I keep thinking to myself, how long was he actually in this religion? But yeah, I wasn't impressed, but I wasn't shocked with his behavior. I do think he's a douchebag. I do think Stacy needs to stay away. Her father did warn her. Like, Stacy's father dropped a lot of gems in the family reveal, or when the partners met each other's families. Like, I do suspect that Izzy is unemployed. He's unemployed. Yeah, I do think he is. And there's nothing wrong with being unemployed and figuring yourself out. Like, we've all quit our jobs. I have multiple times. And finding yourself and learning about yourself, following your path, following your dreams is very, very important actually. But I do think that he wasn't in the right place to go and look for a wife. He's still figuring out his career. He's still trying to see how he can basically care for himself, maintain himself. I was quite suspicious of Izzy and just like, why are you actually on the show? You know, why are you actually on the show? You sound like a fuckboy. And when they went to his house and he revealed a box called Lost and Found where he has jewelry and trinkets from other women, I was like, really now? You really enjoyed you really enjoyed being a JW so much you had to like, even if I leave this cult, this is coming with me. This is coming with me. I'm gonna have a lost and found in my bathroom. Okay, Izzy. Okay, we see you. But yeah, that's just Jehovah's Witness MEND in summary. The cult or the religion has a high rate of domestic abuse, of mental and emotional abuse as well. It's very, very dangerous. Like, my channel was birthed from trying to warn you guys about the Jehovah's Witness organization. Like, it's very, very dangerous, and I'm saying it again in this video. Be careful of JW men. Whether they're still in the organization, whether they've left, be careful. Make sure that if you're with one of them or someone who has left, because I don't know why would you want to be with someone who's an active Jehovah's Witness. Just saying. But if they have left, make sure that they're doing the inner work, you know, trying to unlearn just the toxicity we learned in that cult. And you as well, I think it's so important, if you are also a JW as a woman, to unlearn the toxicity that was also ingrained into our minds and our subconsciousness about how men are supposed to treat us, the standards we're supposed to uphold when it comes to relationships. There's a lot for us that we also need to unlearn, ladies. It's very, very important, because you will come across men like Izzy who might have a shared experience with you, also being ex-JWs, and you're thinking, oh my gosh, this is so great. Like, we both come from this organization. We both understand, you know, this experience that a lot of people don't understand. However, if they have not learned anything from the experience of being a Jehovah's Witness and unlearned, you know, the whole experience, they will definitely replicate that environment into your relationship. And you're seeing this with Izzy, with how he's like gaslighting Stacy into being okay with him having jewelry from his exes or women he slept with. Like, there's no way you can explain that away. It's not okay, sir. Stay away from JW men until they've worked on themselves. I'm telling you guys. If Izzy did not teach you anything, then I don't know. I don't know. So that is my TED Talk for today. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I will see you on the next one.